driving on the ice road between Inuvik and Tuktoyaktuk. Whoa, it's slippery. Hang on. Whoa. Hang on, I'm spinning out here. Okay. This is, imagine 120 kilometers of black ice. Okay, I'm sitting at the wheel now with the door open. I'm going to show you what the ice under here looks like. It's over a meter thick, and it's really deep here. And this is a channel of the Mackenzie River. Have a look down. It's like over 3 feet thick, made up of chunks, it's like a jigsaw puzzle. All just stick together, and they're flexible and they float. This whole road is a floating road all along the sides, along the edges of these snowbanks. Craft continues along the length of the road, so it's separated from the rest of the river. And in the middle of the river is like a bowling alley made of jigsaw pieces that stick together and float on water. Essentially ice flow that can't go anywhere. So, whoops, I'm losing it. Hang on. Gotta straighten that out. Straighten that out. Straighten that out. Whoa! Caught that? Skid school, my friend. Skid school. There's a recovery. This is the Mackenzie Delta. This is hundreds, maybe thousands of little channels and rivulets and streams and tributaries and whatever they're called. It's a massive fan-shaped, undulating kind of place with lots of sand and silt and sediment. It shifts. It's an ever-shifting kind of geography. And the silt piles upon more growth and buries it. Then we got layers and layers and layers of growth. Look at this truck here.
Stavros, over here, you can go on.
Yeah, that was Bear. He's driving that big truck. He recognized the vehicle I'm driving, the pickup, and he let me go by. What a man. Anyway, you got lots of growth. You got silt, piling up on vegetation, and more silt, more vegetation. And all this stuff turns into it rots, and it turns into methane and other things, gases. Essentially farts. That's what they're going after. Layers and layers of this stuff. Following these guys going around in this great place looking for gas, poking holes in the ground. And the only way to get there is up this road. This is my commute. Ice road trucking. Another one. These are tankers bringing back a bunch of shit from the gas field. They've got to keep a distance apart because their weight is close to the carrying capacity of this road. And if they get too close together, the weights combine, and they can put stress on the ice. Here's my turf. And these trucks can go through some ice if they stay too close together.
Journey management, go. Unit 4260, entering Bar C, and
I've got to call in. Journey management, this is Stavros, just arriving Bar C, headed towards base camp.
Copy that, Stavros.
Now, when you're on these roads, rule is you gotta call in at designated checkpoints, because stuff can happen here. A trucker told me the story. Well, a couple of truckers told me the story, so it could be like, you know, a legend. That one guy was on one of these rivers and he accidentally hit his OnStar device on his truck. And OnStar emergency response answers. Says, "What's the nature of the emergency, sir?" And he says, "Nothing. I just hit it by accident." She says, "But sir, our GPS shows us you're in the middle of a river. Are you sure you're okay?" It took him a while to convince the OnStar representative that he was okay and that he was moving and driving on this river. But they all tell me this story, so it must happen to somebody or drive and you drive and you drive. These curves can be awfully fierce. They're really, really windy. Some of them are almost hairpin curves. They're not designed that way. That's how the river goes. So we've got to flow with the river, what the Taoists call the spirit of Wu Wei, where it takes the path of least resistance. And it draws nourishment, at the same time gives nourishment to everything in its path with relatively little effort. That's the kind of shit you think of when you're in a place like this. And there's no gas station to pull over to. There's no Starbucks or Tim Hortons to go get something or take a leak or get a bite. The only place that you can go to is base camp.
Journey management, this is Unit 9, leaving 825. We'll take a little run down the road, check on the road crew.
And for that, you gotta know where it is. That is a series of 17 barges that they brought up all their equipment on before it froze over here, before it snowed. There are two large accommodation barges where people live, and that's home.